A great man shows his greatness by the way he treats little men. Experience is the best of schoolmasters, only the school fees are heavy. Not brute force but only persuasion and faith are the kings of this world. I've got a great ambition to die of exhaustion rather than boredom. Conviction is worthless unless it is converted into conduct. Only the person of worth can recognize the worth in others. Every man is my superior, in that I may learn from him. Blessed is he who has found his work, let him ask no other blessedness. Everywhere, in life, the true question is not what we gain, but what we do. Go as far as you can see. When you get there, you'll be able to see farther. Nothing builds self-esteem and self-confidence like accomplishment. Show me the man you honor, and I will know what kind of man you are. A man lives by believing something, not by debating and arguing about many things. The best effect of any book is that it excites the reader to self-activity. He who would write heroic poems should make his whole life a heroic poem. He who has health has hope, and he who has hope has everything. Heroism is the divine relation which, in all times, unites a great man to other men. The greatest of faults, I should say, is to be conscious of none. The genuine essence of truth never dies. The true university of these days is a collection of books. There are good and bad times, but our mood changes more often than our fortune. The sincere alone can recognize sincerity. The depth of our despair measures what capability and height of claim we have to hope. The courage we desire and prize is not the courage to die decently, but to live manfully. Out of eternity, the new day is born, into eternity at night will return. Silence is deep as eternity, speech is shallow as time. Once turned to practice, error and truth will no longer consort together. The soul gives unity to what it looks at with love. The great law of culture is, let each become all that he was created capable of being. Of all your troubles, great and small, the greatest are the ones that don't happen at all. Speech is human, silence is divine, yet also brutish and dead, therefore we must learn both arts. If time is precious, no book that will not improve by repeated readings deserves to be read at all. Once the mind has been expanded by a big idea, it will never go back to its original state. Histories are as perfect as the historian is wise and is gifted with an eye and a soul. Talk that does not end in any kind of action is better suppressed altogether. The tragedy of life is not so much what men suffer, but rather what they miss. All evil is like a nightmare. The instant you stir under it, the evil is gone. Every new opinion, at its starting, is precisely in a minority of one. Make yourself an honest man, and then you may be sure there is one less rascal in the world. Not what you possess, but what you do with what you have, determines your true worth. Let me have my own way in exactly everything, and a sunnier and pleasanter creature does not exist. All human souls never so be darkened, love light, light once kindled spreads, till all is luminous. Culture is the process by which a person becomes all that they were created capable of being. What we become depends on what we read after all of the professors have finished with us. No great man lives in vain. The history of the world is but the biography of great men. If there be no enemy, there's no fight. If no fight, no victory. And if no victory, there is no crown. Democracy means despair of finding any heroes to govern you, and contented putting up with the want of them. No sadder proof can be given by a man of his own littleness than disbelief in great men. This world, after all our science and sciences, is still a miracle, wonderful, inscrutable, magical, and more, to whosoever will think of it. All that mankind has done, thought, gained, or been, it is lying as in magic preservation in the pages of books. A man willing to work and unable to find work is perhaps the saddest sight that fortune's inequality exhibits under this sun. Reform is not pleasant, but grievous. No person can reform themselves without suffering in hard work, how much less a nation. Do not be embarrassed by your mistakes. Nothing can teach us better than our understanding of them. This is one of the best ways of self-education. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. The first duty of man is to conquer fear. He must get rid of it. He cannot act till then. The man who cannot laugh is not only fit for treasons, stratagems, and spoils, but his whole life is already a treason and a stratagem.